What's going on, y'all? It is movie view time. Welcome back to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. Just got out the movie theaters. I went to go see the movie Him. It is a movie with Marlon Wayans. I can't think of this other guy's name. It might be Ian Cooper. Is that his name? Ian Cooper. I think it's Ian Cooper. Ian Cooper. Yeah. Ian Cooper. Great movie to me. I'll get into what I thought about it, my rating for this movie, but I just want to give you pretty much the summary of what the movie was about, key parts of the movie, the parts that I thought could have been better, and I'll give you my rating at the end. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the Meet You from the Midwest podcast. I am on YouTube for the videos. For the audio, if you're driving around in the gym or someone want to hear a movie review, check out the audio. It is on Spotify now, and I will be posting those from here on out. I got everything running to where I can do audio and video, so make sure y'all check that out. I want to give you the quick summary right quick. Cameron Cade is a rising quarterback who suffers a potential career-ending injury after being attacked by an unhinged fan. Just when all seems lost, Cam receives a lifeline when his hero, Isaiah White, offers to train him at an isolated compound. However, as the training accelerates, Isaiah's charisma turns into something darker, sending Cameron down a disorienting rabbit hole that may cost him more than he ever bargained for. That sounds like a lot. To me, this movie was crazy. I'm gonna just go through the key parts of the movie. If you haven't saw the movie Him yet, please pause this, go check out the movie, and come back and let me know y'all review on it. This is what I thought about the movie, and yeah, that's it. I'm gonna give my review in the comments. I want you to give me your rating on the movie, what you thought the movie, the high points was, and the low points of the movie. So, as the summary pretty much said, the movie starts off. Cameron Cade is the movie starts out with him as a kid with his dad and the family members. They're watching Isaiah White. Is it Isaiah White? I just Yeah, Isaiah White. Damn, my bad. Marlon Wayans is played by Isaiah White. He is the goat on this movie. He's won eight championships in well, pretty much their NFL. And on his last one, he ends up having a injury. It looked like he broke his leg or something like that, and now he's in a position where he might have to retire. So with this new kid coming in, he is being pretty much scouted as the number one quarterback in the draft class, and they're thinking about taking him because the GOAT is injured. So they're looking for a replacement, and they believe it should be him. Now, Cameron Cade is out there on the football field. I think at his high school, he's doing a little bit of practice. They let him practice on the field and everything. He was practicing, and just when he was locking up to go head out from practicing out there, somebody out of nowhere comes out and hits him with something in his head and splits his skull open where he had to get staples in his head. So now he's in a position that he was just ranked as the number one quarterback to be getting drafted to now being a career ender where he might not even be able to play football. So just when he feels like his ranks might be dropping, he might not make it to the NFL because they have the combine. He has to go out there and do the combine. But now the doctors are pretty much saying, "Hey, with this head injury you got, you might not you might not make it out there and able to make it to the league. Your stock is going to drop because you got a head injury." And you know, if for those that watch the NFL, if you got a head injury, any type of key injury going into the draft, most likely if you're supposed to be ranked as number one, you're going to drop smooth out of that first round. So it might drop out the first couple of rounds because they don't want to take a chance on you not knowing if you're going to actually be 100%. Anyway, so as the story goes on, he's in a position where he might not be getting drafted. So now he says, "Hey, I'm not going to do the combine because y'all have already seen my work. Y'all see me 4 years in college. You see I'm the best thing to take out there." So just when he believes that he's not even going to make the league, he receives a call from Isaiah White, the GOAT people, and they decide, "Hey, we want to invite you out to the compound, and we want to get you up to par so you can be that next dude because if Isaiah is going to retire, he believes he's going to retire. then we're gonna need somebody to step in and continue winning these championships because they pretty much a dynasty after winning all these championships with this team. So Isaiah Isaiah White um, allows him to come out to the compound. Once he gets out there, he sees things are kind of strange because as soon as he gets there, he got fans lined up out there, and some of them are happy to see him. But then there's some fans out there that just look crazy, and it's like, look, we don't want you here. Our Isaiah White, I keep saying Isaiah Bond. Isaiah White is our goat. We don't want to see him being replaced. So if you look at it from NFL, this is just I was just looking to a podcast, but like this is like when Tom Brady was the GOAT, considered the GOAT, and just when he started to decline a little bit, Bill Belichick had Jimmy Garoppolo there, and he's like, hey, that's who's going to be next up when Tom Brady retires or whatever. And they end up letting Brady go from the Patriots. He ends up going to Tampa Bay and win a Super Bowl. That's not the case here. On here, Isaiah is trying to get Cam to lock in. Like, look, yeah, you got a key injury, but now I want you to get back to where if you believe that you're going to be the next guy up to take over this league, I got to see what you're working with. So the first day, they're just pretty much having fun. They had pretty much 7 days. It's a whole week out there. Pretty much seven different phases. I can see like one, if I remember correctly, one was fun was the first day. I can't remember what the second day said, but then the third was what was the third one? I can't think. I just remember pretty much. I remember the first one, and I remember the last one. Pretty much was sacrifice. The sixth day was to sacrifice. So each day had a different meaning to it, a different term that he was gonna have to go throughout there. Now, like I said, the first one they just having fun, everything. He's letting him play around, throw catch to people and stuff like that. Then the second week, the second day, it turned up to where, hey, I don't believe you got this in you, so you come out here. I want you to do these couple plays. So just to get into the scene, they had Isaiah said, "Hey, I need a volunteer." So he brings him up to the football thing to where it shoots the football out. So dude is standing there with his hands behind his back, and pretty much Cam has 2 seconds. The ball is hiked to him, he got 2 seconds to turn around and complete a pass to one of the receivers that Isaiah had out there. If the time runs out or if the receiver doesn't catch the ball, that ball comes flying out and hitting this dude in the face. So it get to the part where it just get in Cam head where he's scared to even throw the ball because he don't got faith in the receivers. It's like the receivers dropping the ball on purpose to scare him. And while he's doing this, old dude is just getting beat up in the face, broke nose, eyes swole up, and everything. It's just some crazy stuff. But eventually, he taps into it where he's like, you know what, I ain't missing nothing else. I got to get three in a row. Once you get three in a row, the beating stop. So once you get the three in a row, Marlon Wayans is like, all right, good job, man. But the good thing about this is Marlon Wayne played his ass off on this movie. This wasn't no regular comedian Marlon Wayans. I've seen a lot of Marlon Wayans movies where he's just a damn fool up in it. He's just laughing, making you laugh the whole damn movie. But then he's had a couple of serious roles. The most recent one was on Bel Air, the TV show, when he comes back as the dad of Will Smith. And when he choked up Will on that ball, I damn near lost it because I see him as a comedian, but he didn't tapped into that serious role. So on here, it's just like he I'm a joke a little bit with you, but it's like, no, now I'm serious. And it's like, damn, this ain't the Martin that we used to seeing though. So A1, as far as acting going here, Marlon Wayans gets a 10 out of 10 for me. No debate on that. That's just my opinion though. As the movie continues on, he's just putting old dude, he's putting Cam through all type of different courses and stuff to see if he got what it takes to be the next one up. They have a couple of parties and stuff. They invite him out, try to see where his head is because he got a girl back home. The whole thing about these 7 days, this whole week that he's not able to, that he's on his compound, he can't use the phone. He can't be on the phone, making calls, check on his family and everything. So he missed his mama's birthday. He got a girlfriend. He's not pretty much able to talk to her. Marlon just pretty much said, "This is all football. I want to see what you got to see if you have what it takes to be the next GOAT." Um, Movie continues, it goes on, and it just keep getting weirder and weirder because, to me, pretty much like this. This movie is pretty much the a football player wanting to be the next big thing, but what are you willing to sacrifice? And that's like the Illuminati. And that's what it seemed like in there. It was so many sacrifices in the movie that had to be made for him to get where he wanted to be. And I don't want to spoil all the movie, but I want to give you the beginning and the end of the movie. As the movie goes on, like I said, as the shit gets weirder and weirder, Cam continues to defeat all odds, and finally it gets to the point where his wife, Marlon's wife says that, "Hey, I think my husband a little jealous of you," and I think that put it in his brain that, wait a minute, I'm not here to become the GOAT. I'm here to replace the GOAT. But the GOAT still believes he got what it takes. So, with all this being said, they end up doing. It's like I said, it was like a sacrifice. He ends up putting um, Cade on one of these little ice baths, and he ends up injecting his blood into him. So I guess when he did that, well, the person before him that he looked up to, his mentor, injects his blood into him to where they pretty much both equal. And now instead of that's when to me it was like Marlon was like, well, Isaiah in the terms of the movie was like, you know what? Yeah, you got what it takes. I believe you better than me, but now we got to even the odds. I still believe I got what it takes. So the only way for us to see who's going to be the GOAT and is going to be the next big thing is whoever walks out of that gate and to be the number one guy. So as it goes on, they end up getting to this big ass fight, and Cade ends up winning the fight. It looked like pretty much he killed Marlon, which would be the sacrifice to make it to the next step. Now, once he comes out of that gate, he sees a whole little lineup. Like I said, it looked like a whole Illuminati lineup, and Marlon's wife sitting there with a contract. All he has to do is sign the contract, and he becomes the number one quarterback for the team. The Saviors is the team on the movie, and instead of signing that, he pretty much tells them, "Look, I'm not trying to sacrifice. I already sacrificed enough. I'm not doing all this to become the GOAT. I'm going to get it out the mud because." The whole thing about the movie was his dad believed in him so much. His dad ended up passing away once he said that pretty much, hey, I ain't got it in me. I don't believe I can be the next big thing. So I guess it gave his pop's heartbreak to where he was like, you know what, I don't want to be in here no more. And anyways, I don't know all the details on that, but his dad ended up passing. So um, Cam just sacrificed everything just to become the next quarterback. The only thing I didn't like pretty much that's the end of the movie. It didn't show the thing that I didn't like about this movie was the lack of football. We seen the compound, we seen him out there doing the little courses and stuff, but we didn't see him in an actual game. I would think that the movie would end with if I'm all the sacrifice I just made, once I get out of here, I thought they was gonna show him going to the league, playing football, and winning a championship just to show he can do that without sacrificing or joining the Illuminati for the most part. But it didn't show that. The movie just ends. So that was my biggest part about the movie was I enjoyed everything about it. It was just the lack of football that it didn't show. Like I said, I believe that they should have had some type of game outside of there to show the real him and show that look, I'm a dog. I can do exactly what he did. It didn't show what happened to Marlon after. Like, did he actually die? Because it looked like he did because he hit him with a helmet a couple of times or whatever it ended. But yeah, it just I didn't like the ending. As far as the movie goes, I would say about a six. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 just because, like I said, it was the key parts. No football being played in a football movie. Not seeing what happened with Marlon after that whole situation went down. Um, dude killed Cam killed about there and 8 people up in there. I would have thought that even if he didn't go to the league, his ass was going to jail. He there and killed like 7 people in that last scene right there. So that's the only knock on it. I didn't like the way that it ended. I could say that it maybe left it open for a part two, but then all it's going to be about is a football movie about him actually playing football. But I still believe that with the movie being like an hour and 30, if they would have added at least 20 more minutes onto it, you can add that part on there. So maybe they're going to come out with a part two and explain what happened after he got off the compound. But as far as the movie goes, I'm rating this movie 6 out of 10. Great acting. Marlon did his thing. This is one of his best acting movies. Definitely has a serious role. This new guy, what was it? Ian Cooper. He was a I don't even know if that's him. It's either Jamel. Let me click on the picture, man, because I don't want to be giving y'all false names. Yeah, hell no, they ain't Ian Cooper. My bad, they ain't even him. He was one of the dudes on there. Um, it must be this Wayne Rosefield. No, goddamn, who was the what's the buddy name? Okay. Yeah, I don't even see what dude name is. Oh, Tyreek Withers. That's what it was. My bad. Tyreek Withers is Cameron Cade on the movie. But like I said, overall, the movie I give it 6 out of 10. If you haven't seen this movie yet, go to the movie theaters, check it out. I pretty much just gave you all the details of the movie, but it's still a lot of action going on in here. A lot of things I may have missed. So in the comments, let me know key things you believe that I missed that you caught on the first go round in this movie. But as far as the movie Him goes, I'm giving it 6 out of 10. Great acting by Marlon Wayans. Salute to Tyreek Withers. This movie was dope, man. I just wish they would have had some football games to end this movie off. But it is what it is. That's all I got for y'all this week, man. That's my movie review on Hymns. Like, share, subscribe to the Mechee for the Midwest podcast for your latest updates on movies. On Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and now the audio is on Spotify. Make sure y'all tap in. I will catch y'all on my next movie review. That should be within another week or so. I might do it on the Denzel and ASAP Rocky movie, Highest to Lowest. That might be my next movie review. So make sure y'all tune in.